Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I go by Anna. This channel is about love, positivity, beauty, and real life. And if you're down with that, stick around and subscribe. I am going to make this intro very short and very sweet. We are going to do a look today called the Set It and Forget It, because beauty influencers have started, some of them have started to state that it is not always necessary to bake. And Stephanie Lang brought this up, and I remember I commented her and I was like, isn't this like obvious and like common knowledge? And I came off kind of bitchy, and I guess it's not, you know. I feel like people think that they have to bake all the time, and you don't. You don't have to bake all of the time, and for somebody who has dry skin, and even just for anybody, it's not always good to bake every single day. So I am doing a look today, and I am not going to be baking, and you can still look beautiful. So we're gonna jump right into this video. I wanted to say one thing before we do. Clock the flowers in the background. Comment down below if you know what these two red flowers mean. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you at the end. So I am just going to do an everyday look today. I'm going to basically show you guys what I do on the weekends when I go out with Rocco, that kind of makeup look. So I already have my brows on. I already have primer on. With the right brushes, you can get a look done very fast. Obviously, I'm going to finish the inner corner, the brow bone highlight, and my under eyes when I have my makeup on, just because that's the way that I like to do things. And if you want to, we could do something really quick before we go any further, and just take a makeup wipe to the end of your eye, to the tail of your brow, just swipe up. And same thing with the other side. From the end of your eye to the tail of your brow, swipe up. But we're gonna get into the face, and I use the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Plus Smooth. You would think that I would use the matte, but I do not. I do have an oily skin type, but I like for my foundation to look dewy. And using this, it actually really does look dewy and nice because of the powder that I use. So I am just going to spray my Morphe Beauty Sponge. This is the, obviously the contour one. I forget what it's called. I will link everything I use down below per usual. I'm going to spray this with a little bit of the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And I am just going to go in on this face. Okay, so I have beat my face, and as you can see, I need concealer. I need concealer immediately, so I'm just gonna grab my Instant Age Rewind. I do not use the Tarte Shape Tape like everyone else. I do one little line down the middle. I do my triangles. I would love to try the Tarte Shape Tape. It's just, it's expensive, and but if it lasts really long, which people say that it does, then I'm willing to try it. I just haven't gone there yet because, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of like jumping on a bandwagon. I get a lot of creasing. I have to like hurry up and do this immediately or I will crease like a wrinkly shirt. I don't get any Botox like under my eyes. So, okay, you guys, I am going to set it and forget it. I am not going to bake. I am only going to hurry up, like I said, and set my under eyes. And I set them with a generous amount of powder and make sure that there's no creasing prior to setting them, because if you set them with the creasing is going to stay all day. So there's that. And then sometimes I'll use a brush for my face to powder it. Sometimes I'll just use my beauty sponge, and right now I'm just going to use my beauty sponge. But I am using the Cover FX powder, and yes, I do bake with this, but I can also set my face with this. Let's get the forehead, and I just want to give you guys a little tip that I have learned along the way. And if you have wrinkles on your forehead, like I do, pull your forehead taut like this, and then make sure there's no makeup in the wrinkle, and set it immediately, and put a lot of powder in that wrinkle, and it will really decrease the look of it. Like in a big way, So I have done all of that good stuff to my face. I am going to take the BH Cosmetics #1 brush. I love this brush. It's a nice big powder brush. And I am going to dip in, tap off, and since we are not baking and we are just setting and forgetting, I am going to just powder my entire face one last time for good luck. Okay, so we're good with that. I'm going to go in, as long as your face is not sticky, and I'm going to go in with a bronzer I've only used one other time, and it is the Milani Soleil bronzer. Looks like this. And you'd think that it would be like crazy shimmery, crazy shiny. It's actually not. I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics #2 brush. I'm going to dip into this, and I am just going to give myself a little bronzed moment here. And I am going to do what all does and make my forehead appear smaller. And you can go as much as you want and as hard as you want with that bronzer. I do like to go in a couple times with my bronzer on the forehead. I just make sure I don't get it too close to my eyebrows, because then it's like noticeable, you know, and you really want to like blend that out. So I feel like I have enough bronzer on, and I am going to take my blush brush And I have a couple blushes I could choose from. Since we did a little bit of a shimmery bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Milani Tea Rose blush. Looks like this, and it is like a matte kind of blush. It is extremely pigmented. Anything Milani is going to be really pigmented, so you want to use a light hand, but I don't ever use a light hand. And another tip, you want to start your blush right where your iris is in your eye. So like right here. You don't want to go past that. So you just want to go like so. And sometimes I will take my blush and just go along my forehead, just like I did with the bronzer. And then if I don't have time to contour my nose, I will just go just a little bit on the nose. And then we're going to get into highlighting. I have two highlighter brushes. I have the Morphe M532, this guy, it's very tiny. And then I have my fan brush, which is the Morphe MB40. I'm gonna use this one today just because I actually like it better. And I am going to use another Milani product. I'm going to use the Milani Afterglow highlighter, and it is stunning, 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 stunning. So I'm just gonna dip into that, and I'm gonna highlight all the key areas, and I do drag my highlight down like this and up into my eye look a little bit. Do a little bit on the forehead, and then I do this, and I will take some highlighter and go right here, and then on the tip of my nose, and then upper lip. And sometimes I will take my bronzer or my blush, usually my blush, and right on the bottom I'll just do that just to darken up the bottom lip just a little bit. Okay, so we are almost done. We are almost done, you guys. And I do usually, throughout my makeup and throughout doing some of these steps, I will spray my Morphe setting mist, but I will only do that after I have set my face with the powder, which we have done. And then since we are not baking, I will take my whatever powder brush you have, a larger powder brush, with a little bit of translucent powder, whatever you use. If you have oily skin like me, the Cover FX powder is awesome for people with oily skin. If you have dry skin, I would recommend the Laura Mercier translucent powder. But I'm going to take a little bit of translucent powder, and I'm just going to dab, 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 and it blends out. So you're not going to have that cut line like you would if you baked, but like I said, baking is not necessary for an everyday look, and this look literally takes me about 30 minutes in the morning. So we are not done. I am going to just finish off my under eye, and I'm gonna take my BH Cosmetics number 9 brush. I'm actually putting butter, the color Butter, on my under eye because Roxanne is a little too dark. Sometimes I would stamp Roxanne out, like on the very outer part of my eye, but this is just a very quick, simple makeup look, and I'm lining it up with what we did up here. And then, you guys, all I do is add some mascara. I do have brow gel on, but I'm just gonna add some mascara. Okay, so we are smoked out on the lower lash line. We have mascara on. For a look like this, I don't usually use false lashes. I actually have really long eyelashes, so I can get away with not always wearing false lashes. So I just put a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes, the top. We have done our face. One last integral part of this, and it's very simple, very easy, very quick, is just to always remember your inner corner highlight. It makes a world of a difference, and you could even use a highlighter for it if you don't have a palette on hand, and your brow bone as well. So I just wanted to add that in. I am going to spray some Morphe Continuous Setting Mist on this look to lock it in. You guys, I'm going to say one thing, and that is this setting mist is the best that I have tried to date. I'm telling you. And I'm just going to finish this look off, and I am going to use the liquid lipstick in the shade Skinny Dip by Gerard Cosmetics. This is an amazing brand. You have to check it out. You have to. It is a demand. So I'm going to use the liquid lip in the shade Skinny Dip. So let that dry down, and then if you want to add a topper, add a topper. I am going to add Maybelline's 050 Baddest Beige, and this is an amazing topper for most of my liquid lipsticks that are nudes. Alright, you guys, so this is the finished look, and I would usually just accessorize and throw on some ridiculously large earrings. But if you're going to work, or you know, you're going out to church or wherever you're going with this simple look, maybe you don't want to do that, you know, maybe you just want to let it be how it is. This is the set it and forget it look, because I did not bake, because baking is not necessary for an everyday look. Do I enjoy baking? Absolutely. I love the look of a cut out nose contour and cut out, you know, cheekbone when it comes to my bronzer and my blush, but it is not an everyday necessity, and you can still look absolutely gorgeous. It's all up to you. Makeup is art, so do whatever you want with it. So that's everything, you guys. I will link everything used in this video in the description box down below. But this is the finished look. The set it and forget it. If you guys like this video, then like this video, and if you like my content, then subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.